With my two-step instant harmony system, you'll be able to sing harmonies in any song. Your friends come together for some campfire kumbaya, and you'll sing beautiful harmonies with all the songs that are played. Here's a snippet of what the end result can sound like with this method. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. Here's the system. Step 1, find a nice sounding starting note. Step 2, find the next nice sounding note. And you're done. All right, good luck. Really funny, Bob. Well, I'm only half kidding, because it's really that simple. But of course, I'll help you find the starting note and the next ones as well. To demonstrate, and because Christmas time is a time of coming together and singing, I'll use the song Silent Night. But Bob, we just had Christmas. I know, but if you're the Grinch, don't pretend you would have liked it if I would have released this video before Christmas. And if you're not the Grinch, don't pretend like you wouldn't want it to be Christmas all year long. So, shush. If you stick around to the end of the video, I have a nice late Christmas present for you. You can use this two-step instant harmony system on any song, but Silent Night is a great demo song because everyone knows it and it's nice and slow, which gives us time to think and experiment. So, let's get into it. Step 1, find a starting note. We want to find a starting note that's different from the melody, but still sounds nice. Here are some methods to help you find one. The first, copy a melody note and then sing 2 or 3 notes up and pick the one that sounds nicest. So, silent, sigh, not really. Sigh. That sounds nice. Okay, I'll use that one. You can also sing 2 or 3 notes down. So, sigh, sigh. That sounds nice. Or sigh. Not as nice. So I'll go with sigh, sigh, starting note. The second one is a variation of the first one. Just sing a completely random note and then glide up or down until you land on a note that sounds nice. So, hey, or hey, hey. The third one, sing along with the melody and then stay on one note while the melody continues. Use that as your starting note. This does not always work, but especially if you pick an important sounding note and not a passing note, you'll be fine in most cases. So if you sing Silent Night, you could stick to the Silent Night and then go from there and use that as your starting note. Or you could go Silent Night, Holy Night, and then stay on the note of the silent. But if you would use the sigh, silent, sigh, that note would be a passing note, and it probably does not work. The fourth method is a bit of a cheat code if you play guitar or piano, because then you can just play the chord when the melody starts and copy any of the notes in the chord, and you'll have a great sounding starting note. So, silent, 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 etc. For any song, you'll be able to find at least 2 different nice sounding starting notes, not counting the starting note of the melody. And now step 2. After you find a nice sounding starting note, you just need to find the next nice sounding note and repeat that until the end of the song. To do so, there are 2 methods, melody-based and chord-based. So you found a starting note that is not the melody, and from that starting note, just try to sing the melody. It sounds very similar to the original, but it starts a bit higher or lower. The original melody is Silent Night. If I take a different starting note, sigh, silent night. It will not always be exactly the same melody. Trust your ears and adapt when needed. So while in this case, the harmony below the melody is exactly the same as the melody, silent night, silent night. If I would sing the harmony above the melody, it's a bit different. Sigh, silent night, and not silent night. No, silent night. So the distance between the notes, the jumps, can be a bit different, but the melody still feels kind of the same. You'll get better at this the more you practice it. If at any point you lose your harmony, just repeat step 1. Find a new, nice sounding starting note and then repeat. Using this melody-based harmony method, you can always find at least 3 different voices. One is the lead melody, silent night. You can find a higher one, silent night, and a second higher one, silent night. And then if I go even higher, I end up on the lead melody again, an octave above. Silent night. I can also do this going down, but the first harmony I find going down, silent night, is the same as the second harmony I found when I went up. Silent night. It's just an octave down. So you can always find 3 different voices, the lead and 2 harmonies. A quick tip that follows from this: if a certain harmony is too high or too low for you, you can always change the octave you sing in. So instead of singing silent, you can sing silent or silent or silent. Don't do that. Now, chord-based harmony. Songs consist of chords, and most chords contain at least 3 notes. If you can sing one of those 3 notes, it will always sound great, because that note, that harmony, is already part of the song. This is how it sounds with the lead melody and 3 chord-based harmonies. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. So, how do we do this? After finding the starting note, we will try to stay on that note for as long as possible. When we hear the chords change, we will still try to stay on the same note. If it doesn't sound nice anymore, we need to find a new one. And to do so, we can move a small step up or a small step down. There's always a nice sounding note close by. And then you repeat the process for the next one. This is how that process sounds. Silent night, holy night, oh, all is calm. Or silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Or with a different starting note, silent night, holy night, or all is calm, all is bright. When singing chord-based harmony, you can even use the first note of the melody as your starting note, because at some point the melody will move away while you stay on the same note. So, silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Here you can see what happens visually. The chords for Silent Night are G major, D major, C major, and E minor. I color-coded the chords so you can easily see which chord consists of which notes. So the yellow G major chord consists of the yellow notes G, B, and D. The red D major chord consists of the notes D, F sharp, and A, etc. There's only 7 different notes in major and minor scales, after they repeat in a different octave. And for most songs, those 7 notes are the only ones in the whole song, so there are only so many options. Here are the first few bars of Silent Night. If I sing a G, na, as my starting note on the G major chord, na, and then I go to the D major chord, na, you can see and hear the note G is not in the chord D major. Na, it doesn't sound so nice. So I need to move one small step down to end up on the F sharp, na, or one small step up to end up on the note A, which is also in the D major chord. Na. Then the song goes back to the G major chord, so I can just move back to my starting note, the G. Na. Then the song goes to the chord C major, and as you can see and hear, na, the note G is also in the C major chord. It sounds nice. Na. When the song then moves to the chord E minor, na, the note G still sounds great because it's in the E minor chord. So if my starting note was G, I can sing an amazing sounding harmony with just 2 notes for the whole song. The G for most of the song and the F sharp or the A when the D major chord is played. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace, na 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 na, or na 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 na. I explained it this way to make it visual and to help you see that you only need to take very small steps up or down to always end up on a nice sounding note. But to use this method, you don't need to know chords or notes or music theory. You can just use your ears to judge if a note sounds nice or not. If my starting note would have been a D, na, my harmony would have been silent night, holy night, all still sounds nice, is calm, all is bright, round, or round yon virgin mother and child. If I move up from the starting note, I can sing the whole song with just the notes D and E, na 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 for the whole song. If I would have gone down, I would have needed to use the notes D, Si, 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 and B when I came to the E minor chord, because as you can see in the visual, the notes D and C are not in the E minor chord. No matter from which chord to which chord I move, I can either stay on the same note if that note is also in the next chord, or I can move a tiny step up or down to find a note that does work in the new chord. Often when we try to sing harmony, we look for big jumps, and while big jumps are possible, they are never necessary and they often complicate things. There's always a nice sounding note close by, either slightly up or slightly down. If this is hard, you can also try sliding down or up until you hit a note that sounds nice. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, or all is calm. Important, if you sing chord-based harmony, sometimes the melody will cross your harmony and you'll sing the same note as the melody. Example, if my starting note is a D, that's the same note as the melody. So in the beginning, we'll sometimes sing the same note, but then the melody moves up and my chord-based harmony does not. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. But Bob, this sounds boring. Just 2 or 3 notes to sing the harmony for a whole song? Yes. You're right, but 2 things. 1, if you do this with 4 singers, 1 singing the melody and 3 singing the different possible chord-based harmonies, it will sound like this. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Not boring anymore, right? And this consists of just those boring 2 or 3 note harmonies. But number 2, if you are the only one singing harmony, to keep it interesting, you could swap between the different chord-based harmonies, or you can combine melody and chord-based harmony. But Bob, this does not work for every song, right? Singing harmony can't be that simple. Yes, it is. Here's Perfect by Ed Sheeran. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis Presley. Wise men say only fools rush in. Okay, one more. Talking to the Moon by Bruno Mars. I sit by myself, talking to the moon. While this method works for every song, slow songs with simple chords and slow chord changes are easiest to practice because you have more time to think and correct. If you practice this for a bit, it will become easier and easier, and you'll start finding and singing harmonies without having to think about it. If you made it this far in the video, I have a late Christmas present for you. I made you a harmony practice pack. I recorded all possible harmony voices for Silent Night. There are tracks with just the melody, just a specific harmony. It's everything you need to practice and master this two-step harmony method so you can apply it in Silent Night, but also in other songs. To get it, go to bobsmank.com/harmony. If you enjoyed this video, I think you might enjoy this one as well.